As I sink into what feels like a very tight flexor, I'm going to ask my client to make a fist, but then I can also ask them to either lift their whole fist off the table, or I can ask them to just take each finger and squeeze them individually into their palm. It's a little hard to see in this video, but that separates each of those flexors out, and you can feel the difference as you're sinking in with that engagement. And then of course, once they let go, their muscles soften and I can sink in and find that detail of the work that I'm really trying to get to the bottom of. My only word of caution here when you're working so close to the medial epicondyle is that the ulnar nerve runs right down into that area and can be very easily compressed. So stay in communication and make sure that any radiating pain that your client is feeling is muscle radiating pain and not nerve radiating pain. There's a big difference. Working my way down into the hand, I'm not going to ignore the carpals. I want to make sure that they have a little room to move. And so what I'm doing here is hooking in with my thumbs into their pisiform and into their trapezium. And while I do that, I'm basically manipulating the flexor retinaculum and any tension that is caused there from any irritation extending down from those tendons, passing underneath the flexor retinaculum and creating a pull on those two carpals. I just want to create some space and I want to wiggle them around a little bit and help them move. Staying in that wrist area, I want to make sure that I pay a little extra attention to the thumb because the thumb is so unique. So I'm going to do a pin and stretch here. I'm going to have my client grab their thumb in their palm like she just did, and as she pulls her wrist out into ulnar deviation, I'm taking my thumb and sliding it up those little muscles that influence the thumb and stretching them out, giving them some nice deep work. You might feel like you're sliding right along the radius here, which you kind of are, but try to stay on the medial aspect and keep your thumb nice and flat. Try not to make it too sharp. This last little trick is just a flick of the wrist, and it's pretty simple, but it's just going to set all of that work you did into place. So all I'm doing here is taking my thumbs right into those two carpals that I was wiggling around before, and then using my fingers on the posterior aspect and flicking the hand up and down, giving the whole hand, wrist, and forearm a vibration and setting everything into motion. From here, you guys all know what to do in the hand. You're experts at this. Open the hand up, separate the metacarpals, make that fascia in the palm feel nice and loose, and give the hand some love. It deserves it.